Hello everybody, this is Mario and welcome back for a new video. This time we're going to see how Libra accounts work. Last time we performed our first connection to the Libra network, and as a result we now see Libra followed by percentage sign. This means that we're ready to run our first Libra command. The first thing that we're going to do is to create a new account. In fact, we will create two, because we need two parties to carry out our first transaction. The command you need to run is account create. Boom. Over here, you see your newly created address. Please take into account that this address only exists locally on your client. Libra's blockchain doesn't know about this address. The address will actually be recorded on the blockchain only when it receives funds. Anyway, let's also create a second address. We repeat the same command as before, account create. There. Here is the second address. We can create as many accounts as we want. Let's make a third one. Account create. And then we can list them all with a new command, account list. And this command will return all the addresses that we created. At this point, it's important to point out that every address has its own index number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Later on, we will be able to use this index number to reference each and every address. Let's put this into practice. For example, if we want to add some balance to any of these addresses, we will just use the min command and we will pass to the command the index corresponding to the address that we want to top up. So it's going to be account mint, then you specify the index of the address that you want to add money to. So we'll say, for example, 1, and then we specify the quantity of coins that we will add to this address. Let's say 1000. Enter. Minting coins. Mint request submitted. Done. As a result of this operation, now this address, which corresponds to index 1, will have a balance of 1000 coin. Let's see if it worked. But how do we check the balance of an account? Well, that's very simple. We're going to use the following command. Query balance, and eventually we will specify the index of the address that we want to check. So in our case, it's going to be 1. Okay, you see? The balance of this address is 1000, which is precisely what we added to it. Let's also check the balance of, let's say, account 0. It's going to be query balance 0. And the balance, no surprise, is 0. Another important parameter of an address that we can query using the command line is the sequence number of a given address. In this case, the command is going to be query sequence, and then you specify the index number of the address that you want to query. In this case, we're going to say 0. And the sequence number is 0. Now, let's try with index 1. So, query sequence 1. Also in this case, the sequence number is 0. So you might be wondering, what's the sequence number in the first place? Well, a sequence number basically expresses the number of transactions sent from a given address to other addresses. But anyway, we will not dwell into this topic right now, because this is going to be the object of the very next video, when finally we will create and broadcast our first Libra transaction.